Warren Gatland has returned and Wales is starting to believe again. My name's Mark, let's talk rugby. Wales versus Ireland, Saturday 4th of February at the Principality in Cardiff. Kickoff is going to be 2:15 GMT, that's UK and Ireland time. The last six between these two teams, last year Ireland 29, Wales 7 over in the Aviva in Dublin. 2021 here at the Principality, Wales 21, Ireland 16. 2020, Ireland 24, Wales 14. 2019, Wales 25, Ireland 7. 2018, Ireland 37, Wales 27. 2017, Ireland 22, Ireland 9. You have to go back 10 years since the last time that Ireland beat Wales here at the Principality in the Six Nations. They did beat them in Rugby World Cup warm-ups, but Six Nations is a completely different beast. Odds for the game, Wales are 5-2, Ireland are 9-4 on favourites. The draw is 22-1. Now let's have a quick look at the teams. So Warren Gatland has gone for a lot of experience in his team. He was, though, forced to make a change of fullback. Lee Halfpenny out due to injury. Liam Williams in there in his stead. Right wing, you have Josh Adams. Centres are George North and Joe Hawkins. Left wing, Rio Dyer. Fly half, Dan Bigger. Scrum half, Tomas Williams. Into the forwards, loose head, Gareth Thomas. Ken Owens, the captain at hooker. Tight head is Thomas Francis. Second row is Alan Beard and Alan Wynne Jones. Alan Wynne Jones, like that guy is an absolute beast, the amount of caps he has. Into the back row then, very competitive there. You have Jack Morgan, Justin Chiperick and Talupe Falatau. Onto the bench, got a 5-3 split from them. Scott Baldwin, Rhys Kerr, Dylan Lewis, Daffyd Jenkins and Tommy Reffel are the forwards. In the backs you have Rhys Webb, Owen Williams and Alex Cuthbert. Onto the Ireland team then, very settled team other than some injuries. Fullback Hugo Keenan, right wing we've got Mac Hansen, in the centres Gary Ringrose and Stuart McCluskey, left wing James Lowe. At 10 we have Johnny Sexton, scrum half James Gibson Park. Into the forwards, so loose head Andrew Porter, at hooker Dan Sheehan, tight head Finlay Beelum. Second row Ty Byrne and James Ryan. Back row of Peter O'Mahony, Josh van der Fleer and Caelan Doris. Again, a 5-3 split on the bench. Forwards are Rob Herring, Cian Healy, Tom O'Toole, Ian Henderson and Jack Conan. And the backs are Conor Murray, Ross Byrne and Bundy Aki. Okay, so the teams then in terms of caps. In the backs, Wales have 381 to Ireland's 237. In the forwards, a massive 556 to Ireland's 329. Obviously, Alan Wynne Jones making a big impression on that. But the starting 15 then for Wales, 937 caps to Ireland's 566. So almost 400 caps more in that starting Welsh team, even though they have like a few players on only a couple of caps. On the bench then though, Wales have 195 caps to bring on. Ireland have 412, so there is experience for Ireland to bring on later on in the game. The total then in the matchday squads, 1,132 for Wales to 978 for Ireland. In terms of Wales, like you got Gatland back there, he's obviously given them a big lift. That guy loves beating Ireland, and he always seems to be able to, pick things against Ireland that show the way to other teams to beat them as well. So that has me, as an Ireland fan, very, very worried. The selection is a bit of back to the future, given that like he's gone with, understandably a lot of players that he's familiar with. But there are some new guys in there as well, the likes of Rio Dyer and Joe Hawkins, being rewarded as well. Joe Hawkins is, though, a kind of Gatlin style player. He's a 12 who's big and strong and can run straight lines. So no surprise really that he is there. Gatlin went early with his team. He announced it on Tuesday because he said, get the team out there. Let's just focus on the preparation and the rugby side of things. Lee Halfpenny was in that team that was announced on Tuesday, but he had a back spasm, so he's replaced by Liam Williams at fullback. Liam Williams, though, vastly experienced as well. Rio Dyer, he's been in fantastic form for the Dragons, and he did well in the Autumn Nations Series as well. Alan Wynne Jones, as I said, insane number of caps. It'll be his 156th cap on Saturday. Then Dewi Lake is ruled out through injury. So Scott Baldwin was called up onto the bench for cover. It's been something like 6 years or something since he got his last cap for Wales. Back row for them have been in fantastic form. Like Talupe Falatau, since he went to Cardiff, has been really carving it up. Justin Tuperick in the last little while, and Jack Morgan as well, have come into form, as the entire Ospreys team have come into form as well. If these guys can win this one, I think suddenly everybody in Wales is going to believe that they can get a trophy. They can maybe even get a slam out of this. That's the impact that Gatlin coming back has had on, I think, rugby in the nation and on the squad as well. And once if they can get that win, they're really going to start believing then, and especially then, if they can win their first couple of games, then suddenly anything is possible. For Ireland, as I said, it's been 10 years since they've won in the Six Nations in Cardiff. They have won there a couple of Rugby World Cup warm-ups, but those games you kind of have to take the results with a pinch of salt sometimes. So really going to be a big test for Ireland. They have gone close in past years, including last year, but I feel like Ireland are going to have to get out to a lead rather than, it's going to be hard for them to chase the game there. Ireland aren't the best team at chasing a lead either, so they're not like an Australia or New Zealand that have the capacity to just completely switch on and turn things around with 2 or 3 tries in a 10-minute period. Ireland generally will get on top and then take their chances when they make them, but they haven't, at least up to now, been a rapid fire team in terms of comebacks. So if they get behind, it's going to be interesting how they actually respond with that. We have no Tyke Furlong at tight head. He's out injured. Fitness still isn't there for him. He hasn't been playing all that much for Leinster recently either. So Philly Bealham is in a tight head, starting instead of him. He's been in great form for Connacht. He has been under pressure in the scrum at times, but around the field and at the breakdown, that guy has been in magic form as well. So expect him to put in a real shift around the park. O'Toole there as well on the bench, promoted up. He's been in decent form for Ulster as well. Then we have, it's a bit strange to see Bundyaki on the bench. I thought with Bundyaki it would be a case of you start him or you have to leave him out, and you put somebody like a Jimmy O'Brien or maybe even Jamie Osborne on the bench to cover a couple of positions. But I think what this means is that Gary Ringrose is probably going to cover the wing. So if Aki comes on, you're probably going to see Ringrose shifting possibly to the wing. something like that. So we'll have to see when he comes on what actually happens. We then also have Murray and Byrne on the bench, the halfback pairing there. So, Murray brings lots of experience. The worry with him is that, he does slow the play down compared to Gibson Park. So hopefully, he can keep the tempo up and not try to kind of, force things, which he's done sometimes when he comes on at 9. So hopefully a decent performance from him. Byrne has been playing most of the minutes at 10 for Leinster. So if he comes on, I'm not sure how many minutes they're going to give him, though, because Johnny Sexton, when he starts, he tries to stay out there as long as possible. So only really if it's an injury, I think Burns will obviously see a lot of minutes then. But he mightn't get that many, maybe the last 5 or 10 minutes of the game there. But if it's a World Cup year, I'd hope that he gets more than that, maybe the last 15 to 20 minutes. Then Kelleher is injured, so that's why Tom Stewart was called into the squad. It's why Sheehan is starting, and then we have Herring on the bench as well. So it would have been, there is a big debate about who's the better of Sheehan and Kelleher for Leinster and for Ireland as well. But it's a nice conundrum to have. So it would have been good to see those two in the squad. But Sheehan has an eye for a try, and Herring generally has been decent with the lineouts and hitting his man and that kind of thing. And Ulster did have that bad period of form where his line-out throwing wasn't that great, but the whole team were on low confidence then. So hopefully he's bounced back from there. We had Robbie, because Robbie Henshaw being out, there was a big debate about who was going to partner Gary Ringrose at centre. So Stuart McCluskey, but you had the likes of Bundy Aki in there, in the frame, Jimmy O'Brien as well, Jamie Osborne, who's been in fantastic form for Leinster recently. They've gone for McCluskey. They guided really well in the autumn, and it's nice to see that they're sticking with him. He is a big physical guy, but he has a step on him. He has an offload as well, and it's not just bash up rugby with him. There is a lot of subtlety to his game as well. So that's going to be nice to see from Ireland. As an Ireland fan, though, I have to say I'm very worried about it. Wales fans, how do you think the team's going to go first game under Gatland? Ireland fans, are you as nervous as me?